Well, creating leaders is a very important part of the growth of our city. This next organization has done a fantabulous, I think I can say that, fabulous job, fantastic job at creating those leaders. People like Michelle Obama, Arnie Duncan, Sol Flores, Lisa Madigan, they've all gone through that program. It's the Leadership of Greater Chicago, and it's Maria Wynn Lascarro, who heads that organization. She's the Chief Operating Officer. Can I say that? Chief Executive Officer. So thank you so much for coming in. We appreciate it. This is a wonderful track record that you've got. How do you do that?
Well, it's pretty interesting. This organization was founded about 35 years ago, and it was founded with the intention of bringing together a group of people that would fill the civic pipeline of leaders. So the way we do it is we have a fellowship program, and we attract people from the not-for-profit, government, education, and private sectors, and we take them through a year's worth of learning, 9 to 10 months of learning about the socioeconomic challenges of the city and the region. And what happens is that during that time, not only do they become more invested and more knowledgeable of the issues of the city, they also become connected to each other. And it's in that connection that the magic happens, and you see collaborations like, you know, Arnie Duncan and John Rogers, or Valerie Jarrett at the White House. And, you know, you just see these things happening, these leaders emerging and helping each other to solve the socioeconomic challenges we have.
Give me an example of some of the events or some of the work that you do with them, some of the training. What would that entail?
So the training is, it happens usually on First Fridays, we call it, and we take our fellows through learning about community, because everything begins and starts with community, begins and ends with community, education, work for economic development, crime and violence. For crime and violence, some of the things that we do are not just immerse you in the day, but we also have a collaboration with the Chicago Police Department where we go to the police academy, and after that, our fellows go out on patrol to really understand what's happening at the street level. So we immerse our fellows in the issues that affect us all, whether it be healthcare or anything else, and we give the immersion on the theory or the problems that are happening, and then the practical experience, as well as expose them to leaders around the city.
Okay. And Maria, I want to talk a little bit about you and your role in the organization. You are the first, if I'm reading this correctly, the first Latina to lead this organization. How does that feel, and what do you hope to bring to the Latino community?
Well, I'm honored to be the first Latina to lead Leadership Greater Chicago. It feels, when I'm looking at what we need to do, it feels as a mission that I need to carry out in more than just the mission of the organization. When we look at the Hispanic sector and we look at the population, it's one of the fastest growing populations of the United States. And my interest is in making sure that we are attracting leaders from the Hispanic communities to be part of this incredible mix of leaders, right? So October 1st is when we all open our nominations and our fellowship program. And my interest is to see us represented in every single class. And we've been doing that for 35 years. We do have the representatives that you named. So we've had a strong representation of Hispanics, but we need more. And we need the people who want to be at the table, who want to be on boards, who want to be on commissions, who have a strong feeling about what they want to contribute in changing the world around us.
Okay, let's talk about the application process, because you said it's coming up October 1st.
Right.
Somebody has to nominate you, or how does that work?
Yeah, so the way that it works is typically our call for nominations is for people who are between the ages of 30 and 45. They can come, as I mentioned earlier, private sector, not-for-profit, government, education. And they're typically somebody that their organization has identified as an up-and-coming leader, a leader that needs an experience of development that is different from what might be a traditional way of training. So they will be sponsored by their organization, and they will also have recommendations from other people.
We see the website up as you're talking about it.
Thank you. And they will be, you know, they'll have a sponsor, they will have nominators, 2, maybe 3, and they are recommended, so it's kind of like applying to college, but a lot more simple.
And well, you're a lot older, so. All right, Maria, thank you so much. The information was up on the screen for Leadership Greater Chicago. We appreciate your time and good luck.
Thank you, Lourdes. It's a pleasure.
All right, likewise.